Implementation overview for a simple spelling intervention. How we set up the evaluation. The evaluation is set up using individual randomization. So this just involves you identifying a group of target learners. You'll then put the number of learners into the what work randomization tool, which is in the wizard, and then it will allocate these into an intervention and control group. You will then complete the pre-assessment with both groups, and then the intervention group will receive the spelling intervention for the duration of the 5 sessions, and the control group will continue as normal. And then you complete the spelling test again as a post-assessment measure. The intervention. The spelling intervention focuses on year 3 to 5 pupils. It's delivered by teaching assistants in small groups, and it can be set as homework. Each session will take approximately 10 minutes, and we use the look, say, cover, write, check strategy. There's a template included in the resource folder. So let's quickly recap for a second time the look, say, cover, write, check strategy. So this is a method of learning spelling where children study a word, say the word aloud clearly, paying attention to the spelling, cover it up with a piece of paper on their hand, a sheet of paper with a fold, that's why we've included a template, write the spelling next to the original word, check their version to see if they've got it right, and then write the correct spelling again if necessary. So this version of the strategy emphasizes reading and saying the word out loud to help connect the written and spoken word. How to select the spellings. The DfE Primary National Curriculum includes guidance on pages 59 to 72 on the expected spellings for years 3 through to 5. Please use this to create a list of 40 words that you will select for the intervention. Each week, the learners will practice 10 new spellings using the look, say, cover, write, check strategy with a teaching assistant. In the resource folder, which you can download, we include a template, and we also include a tracking spreadsheet. The tracking spreadsheet is so that we don't collect student data onto our platform, and it's anonymized. So on here, you'll have an anonymized learner ID, which you will get from the platform, and then you just link that to a student name and then record whether it's the control or the intervention. Key considerations. Logistical issues need to be considered before any targeted intervention is delivered in a school. So the first one is the time. Is there a suitable time in the day for the delivery? And this is a 10-minute intervention. Location. Is there a suitable location, such as a library or a classroom? Supervision. What if you do not have sufficient TAs to deliver this intervention? But what we have is we have another trial, which is set up at class level, which is delivered by teachers using exactly the same strategy. So please just refer to the trials that are available to you and look for the spelling intervention that's delivered at class level. Reminders. Just on the day of the intervention, can the learners be reminded about the session? And then just make sure that any resources are printed off in advance of the sessions. And if you've got a reward system in your school, can you maybe link this to a reward for the students taking part in the intervention? So logistical barriers are common in any intervention delivered in schools. So it is important to consider these prior to starting. Moving on to the assessment. The outcome measure is attainment as defined by a pre and post assessment spelling test. The assessment is marked out of 20 and is the same for both the pre and the post assessment. So from the words that you've selected from the 40, then select 20 of these to make up your pre and post assessment and use exactly the same that you have for your pre for your post. As both the control and the intervention groups receive the same assessment, familiarity with the assessment does not bias the effect size. So some just final guidance before you get started. Just complete the assessment under test conditions. Allow approximately 10 to 15 minutes for the assessment. If you can provide an example of the word in a sentence for each spelling, and then record your pre and post assessment data on your tracking spreadsheet before you upload it onto the platform. So the next steps will be to download the protocol, to download the resource folder, and then start your trial wizard.